Well, our church leaders or religious leaders, so that to be fair, my colleague Daniel Wellercourt, the deputy chairman of the SPLM, and honorable member of the parliament. Our ministers, members of the parliament, ladies and gentlemen, today we are ending the funeral prayers for the ending of the funeral of our brother, General Ambassador Bior Ajang. And I will start by commending the grieving families of late Comrade Bior Ajang. I will say thank you, the family of my brother. We were worried on the death of our hero. We were worried about you. But instead, you encourage us. We thought we were coming to encourage you, but instead, it's you who have turned encouraging us. Thank you very much. I know the challenges that you'll be facing, but through your addresses and talks, the speeches you gave here has shown me that you have the qualities of our brother, General Bior Ajang. And I think you will continue with that legacy. A lot have been said. And if we are to say everything, then even tomorrow will come and we will not finish it. Bior has already started. He joined the movement and he fought throughout the 21 years of war. God saved his life until we went for a referendum and we achieved the independence of our country. And after that, God took him. There's nobody that will remain here forever. We are visitors on the air and will go, and others will come. So there is no time that will say this person should have lived for another 20 years. It's not up to us. It's the choice of God. The God that brought him and the God that took him. But we have to continue with the mission. South Sudan is ours. We liberated this land. We are here to put up good governance so that we govern our government or our country in a manner that will advance our system or the life of our people. Our vision is to work for the welfare of our people, where we provide them. They will have social services and economic development, and we bring back our people who have gone outside, so that together we build this nation. We have a challenge of peace. Our church leaders have talked, especially our primate, has talked about peace, unity forgiveness. And South Sudan is wide for all of us. Even if you go to under that tree, you will find where to survive. Our people, they think everybody has to have to be employed by the government. But there's no government in the world that employs everybody. It's not there. The government has policies. They have to make policies. Those policies can then help in the development of the private sector, and everybody will find a job for himself. Now our orphans, widows, they think we have neglected them. But in actual fact, after 2005, or even before 2005, we've been fighting ourselves. And even when the CPA was signed and we came here and formed our government, still there was fighting. The forces that had been fighting us and who were being supported by Sudan government, they continued fighting us. And there cannot be development when there is fighting. So that fighting affected the growth of our economy. It destabilized our people. In 2006, our President Salva Kiir signed the Juba Declaration that brought in the forces that were fighting us under Comrade Paulina Matthew. That brought stability until we went for a referendum. But again, the war broke out again inside South Sudan between ourselves in 2013. Again, it was very destructive. And again, peace agreement was made 2015. An agreement was signed again for peace, for us to come together. In 2016, there was another outbreak of a fight. So all these fights could not allow us to develop our country. We have been dependent on oil, revenue from the sale of the oil. But that oil was also not flowing well. Now we have seen what it is. The crisis in Sudan have also affected the flow of oil to international markets. And this is why we are in economic crisis at the moment. Those differences and fightings that have been happening in the country displace our people, and our people have been dependent on relief food. Others have been displaced, have gone to the neighboring countries. And we are being seen as a failed country. Our people, whenever a person is removed, then it feels provoked and started to form an opposition party. And instead of sitting, waiting for his chance, then they decide to defame the government. And this is what is happening now. Even the Tumaini talks that are taking place in Nairobi, they will come here, those people. Others who lose their positions will go out, because they have seen that this is the only way they can be in the government all the time. So these are the challenges facing the government. We have no money, therefore, for attending to our wounded heroes, to our widows, and for the development of the country. But this country, maybe the 21 years of war have also made us to acquire cultures that were not there before. Before, our people used to farm, cultivate, and sell what they produce. Now they have come back to Juba, to the towns, neighboring countries, and they do not want to farm. It's not the whole of South Sudan that is insecure. There are people still. Here, the economy has been taken over by people from the neighboring countries. They didn't take it by force, but they came and delivered services because we are not delivering these services to our people. For example, along the Nile there, those who are cultivating vegetables are foreigners. Just cultivation. Our people, they don't want to do it. And when they come and sell it here, they raise the price because our pound has lost the value. And then we complain the market is expensive. The government should do something. What can the government do? If we were to go and cultivate and produce these vegetables and we sell them at the low price, even the running of shops, some people say they don't have the capital, but they have cattle with which they are marrying. They marry with millions of pounds. 40 cows. Why marry with 40 cows? Can you not sell these 40 cows and make business with it? When it grows, then you can buy back again the 50 cows. And you will have a capital, you have money. We are not doing it. So whose mistake is that? If you go to Uganda or Kenya, it's not the government that is giving money to the people. It's people who are struggling. See, the Sudanese, who have just come from there, have learned in rank. They have started growing and selling the watermelon. And our people there have been there. Now, who is to blame? I think we need to be proactive. All these people are doing, we should take them. Now, I've decided myself to go back home. And I go and do the work these people are doing. I'll go and cultivate vegetables because I want to show people that I can do that. I've been a minister, I've been an advisor, I've been a governor, but I can go back and farm, grow vegetables, okra, and all this, and sell them. I believe if I go, others will follow me. This is what we should be doing. The work started by Comrade Bior should go ahead, especially you, the people of Twitch East. It was a good idea for you to organize yourselves, your people, so that they go home. They don't get scattered. The name Twitch East has been a name long time ago. It was Twist. Twitch was being called Twitch. The Duot district had 4 communities, or even more. There was one Kuol with its own sections, Manyang with its own sections, Twitch with its own sections. Bor with its own sections. The whole was called Bor district. But we decided again to decentralize. Then the Bor district was divided into three. There was Bor, there is Tweed, which is called Tweed East because there is not another Tweed in Baragazal. So it's Tweed East. And then Duot. Now who is there to criticize, to reject that? The people of Tweed, they say, we are not Bor, we are Tweed. And this is how it had been. That had been their name. So the Tweed is only the East, which I thought was not necessary. And late brother Dr. Yajaro was saying, our people of Tweed East, why do you call yourself Tweed East? East is an English word. There's no contradiction. We in Warab, we are Tweed, and you are Tweed. So you should call them yourself Tweed, and then we are Tweed. Why do you bring in East? See? So myself, I will not even call you a Tweed Easterner. You are a Tweed. The other is a Bor, the other is Duot. So I think that you go ahead, unite your people, settle them, and provide them the services they need. I know all these divisions, they will not last, because civilization is also coming to dismantle them. And the name Bor will become a territorial area, where anybody living there is a citizen of Bor. Somebody who will go in Tweed East, even if he came from wherever part of South Sudan, will be a citizen of Tweed East. It's the same with Duot. Anybody coming from other part of the South will be called a citizen of that place. And if a child is born there, will be a citizen of that country. Like our people who go to America, they don't become South Sudanese, they are Americans. And if they want to identify themselves further, they say African Americans. So South Sudanese are not there. In some years to come, all this disappears. What will not disappear is our citizenship. We are South Sudanese. We are South Sudanese. Even the issue of Upper Nile, and I agree, there is nothing called Greater. Greater Bor is not there any longer. It's divided. It was not even called Greater Bor, it was Bor. But when it was divided, the district of the county, then it was divided into three communities: Bor, Tweed, and Duot. There's no greater. There's no greater Upper Nile in our constitutions. There's no greater Baragazal or greater Upper Nile. They are not there. If we want them to be there, then it has to be a policy to be legislated and to come out officially that there are regions. The regions are divided into states, and the powers also are divided, also identified. Why do we talk about greaters when they are not there even? So I encourage you to go ahead, and the negative propaganda that goes and wrong languages and insults in the social media should end. Should end. I wonder why people aggress themselves when they are one people. They intermarry, but they appear to be enemies to themselves. What is the purpose? Somebody has a wife from the other group and find him insulting his own in-laws, what would be the feeling of the wife? What is the feeling of the children? So I think the people of, if there are people who call themselves, who will continue calling you tweet, Bior, no, they are mistaken, and they should even stop as of now. What do they gain? Even if you call yourself Bior, what do they gain in it? And you call yourself T, what would they lose? So let us go for that. And I know all these are temporary. So I think that is where the conflict started. And the vision, that the people will have to work hard and overcome. And the tree will say, yes, we have done it. You have been oppressing us. And the duke will say, you'll say, now we have to work. This element of competition, that's a result of this. Administration will go well and all this. So I think this is work. Otherwise, Bior, that's what has done his work as a nationalist and was hero and is a martyr. And his legacy will remain as a history. And I know Comrade Bior was even an advisor to Dr. Ajang. It's one of the things that you may have not mentioned, but myself, I know it. The operation we conducted in 1993 in Panyagor, and we went to Ayod and beyond. Comrade Bior played an important role. Otherwise, that the move that was going to take place was going to bring the SPLA to an end. Had we not gone, then possibly SPLM would have been crushed. Because the forces of the SIM or SPLM of Dr. Yek, they were organizing themselves and were in planning to move to Eastern Equatorial and put their headquarters in Lafon and drive us out. It is that operation that failed their plans. And it is that operation that resulted in the survival of the SPLM. And one of the times, after I was wounded, and forces came and attacked Panyagor in August, and they were about to overrun it. Then God came, brought the rain, and the rain dispersed the forces that were to attack Panyagor. And we had no enough forces left. So God actually intervened on our part. So God loves Comrade Bior, and I believe God will find a place for him in paradise. Thank you very much.